Yo. What up? Y'all hear that theme music? Y'all see these beautiful faces? You know what time it is. It's the Let's Get Canceled podcast. I'm your boy, Big Tech Dog, your favorite friendly, lovable loudmouth.
And I'm Tommy with an H. I'm the voice of the people. I speak for y'all. Hey, yo, cousin.
What up, cousin?
You ready?
Oh, yeah, man. I'm ready. Let's get canceled. All right, so check this out, man. Tonight is about to be fun. All right, we're gonna talk about a couple different topics. All right, we made our little call on your boy who was left his kids at McDonald's. We rode for him, bro. We rode for him,
and back for that day.
We gotta talk a little bit about that though.
Okay, see what happened.
Yep. Also, how you feeling today, man? You all right?
Hey man, I was outside cutting grass right before this. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a little hungry. You know what I'm saying?
No, nigga. You know that ain't what I'm talking about. You know good well that's not what I'm talking about. I said, are you all right?
I am doing the best that I can with what I have. You know, the Lord's blessed me to be on this side of the dirt for another.
What you say? You say it's better to be seen than viewed. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's really what it is. But yeah,
the church folks used to say that. Like, so you say you're feeling all right. You did do some yard work today. Everything's been
yard work.
You did some yard work.
I was
yard boy. Oh, yard boy. What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit that. I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. My apologies. Hey. How about them Gators?
My block list got a little long after Monday evening.
Hey,
listen. Block list had to happen on Monday. I'm sorry. Some people and other ones F you, but you know what I'm saying.
Hey, listen, man. Y'all,
tis what tis.
Y'all, I'm not making this up. I told this nigga. He said, like, if we didn't have to do business together, you'd be blocked too.
Had it not been a day that we had to plan on what we were going to be discussing, yeah, you'd have definitely been blocked.
Oh, that's so great.
Remainder of this week, just like a couple other people I got to see this weekend. But you know, like I tell you folks, y'all folks saying y'all forgot the Gators had a basketball team until Monday night.
I'm sorry, what's your point? I'm sorry, what's your point? What is your point?
So y'all don't get to really talk. Y'all don't get to talk. I know two people that have been fans of the Gators all year long who have been touting this team all year. I know two of them. So for them,
you blocked her too. Blocked her too.
For them, they get the middle finger. They get the middle finger. The rest of y'all I can ignore. But the ones who've been riding for them, I can just shoot them the bird and be like, y'all can kick all of the rocks.
Hey, listen, man. You're a diehard Florida State fan.
Yes, I'm a Nole and
all things Nole.
The Rattlers, the only reptiles I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Them little snapping turtles down there from Gainesville. You know what I'm saying? Jink, you probably you can't text me right now, but shout out Jink. You'll watch this. But yeah, I saw somebody come on to Facebook like I only show up when it matters. So I'm like, dude, you have been missing for 3 years, and this is the one time you come back out. You're like, yeah, what? Who's on the team? If you can't name anybody on the team, you don't get to be a fan. You're not a fan.
Yes, you do. You can be a fan. You can be a fan. All right, so listen, man. Side note, y'all, if y'all notice, look here. This I got in this hand. It's just like some coffee. It's just coffee. This is what I'm drinking until that nigga right there starts with his wildness. Then I got to reach for the left hand, and I go to shout out Black Girl Magic yet again. They back in the building.
This is gonna be an easygoing episode for me. I don't have anything wild to say based on the topics that we are discussing. So I think I'm pretty sure that I will keep you sober tonight. You'll be sober enough that you can wake up with no problems in the morning.
I don't believe it.
That's just the way I'm not feeling controversial today. I'm not feeling the controversies today. I'm feeling as if everything's going to be all right.
I think I might though.
And I think see, that's where it goes there. But I will say I met a listener this over the past weekend.
Yep.
And he dropped off a bottle of Johnny Walker Gold label to the house. It's delicious.
Really?
Yeah. Delicious. So shout out to Bo. Shout out to Bo. Bo came by the crib, you know what I'm saying? Sat around, chopped it up. Called me Tommy with an H. I was like, oh, you are a listener.
You followed the show.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Had some of my some of my sayings out there. If you got to bend over to get it, you don't need to drink it. Like he was one of the ones. He understood. He and his wife understood.
He's a follower.
Rule. He understood that rule. But he did say he tries to go and spit some of our reasoning to his friends. And he said he just can't. He doesn't have all of the rebuttals yet. So we're gonna still work on that. So just keep on listening. We're gonna say a lot of the same things over.
Let him come to one of the live shows, and we'll do a training session at the live show.
He lives in Arizona. He was just coming to the city. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying?
So that means they give us a reason to travel. Bet.
We
say less.
We get to go visit.
Hey, listen, man, I had an eventful weekend too, because I got a chance. I played a gig last night, yesterday. And I don't know how many of y'all jazz people is in listeners, but yeah, man, Branford Marsalis is in town doing a concert with the Branford Marsalis quartet. And right at the end of our gig, at the end of the set, like probably about 1:30 in the morning, in walked some dude in a suit, and he was already kind of bent. It was funny. And the bouncer came up to me. He's like, "Yo, Tech, man, you mind if somebody sits in real quick?" I'm like, "Are they good?" He goes, "Yeah, man, this is Branford Marsalis' drummer." What?
Like, wow. No,
bro. When I tell you, smacked. So yeah, shout out to Justin Faulkner. Shout out, salute Justin Faulkner. This man is 34 years old. He's been playing with Branford Marsalis Quartet for 16 years. They found this man when he was 8. Found him when he was 16.
Right.
He played his first gig with them at 16. Right at around graduation time, 18, Branford was like, "You got to be my drummer," and the rest is history. It's like
that's
that, bro.
Dopeness. That's
so
dopeness.
Yeah. Anyway, hey y'all, listen, man. If you like what you hear here, man, and you like what you see, you'll love what you hear. All right, because if you can follow us on all of your social media platforms, and not only your social media platforms, anywhere that you get your audio podcast. That's right. Anywhere that you get your audio podcast, you can find the Let's Get Canceled podcast. We are everywhere. Every Wednesday, you get a live show, or you get a show on Wednesdays. Every Thursday, it's up on your audio podcasting platforms. So please let somebody else know.
But you can listen on Thursday. But you can always come back and watch later on. But yeah.
Absolutely. Quick shout outs to my boy Dennis is in the building. Yo, Dennis, what up, boy? What up, boy? And remember, y'all, we got people working in the background. Welcome in one and all. Make sure to hit that like, comment, and subscribe to the Let's Get Canceled podcast on all platforms that you enjoy watching your podcast. So we appreciate y'all, man.
Y'all see me over here with my head down. I'm actually loading it up to the Facebook pages right now, so folks can jump on there. Because for some reason we're not able to stream directly to Facebook, so we have to go and
not right now. We're gonna figure that out.
We're gonna have to get you back. I have to. So I'm trying to just get everybody in here. Let them know we are live right now. Get in.
Good. Well, we're gonna give you a little something to let them know we're talking about. All right. So if y'all remember last week, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we were talking about the father who left his kids at McDonald's to go to a job interview, right? That was what the story was. Now, I am going to stand firm on the fact that I said, if it's true, and then we went into the conversation.
Yes, we did. Right? We did have that caveat there. And also when we were discussing Antonio Brown and Antonio saying that he was going to be I know you did not like the Antonio Brown having anything to do with this. However, Antonio did let you know that if you are donating, he is looking into the story. And if it turns out to be false in any way, that you can get your money back through whomever you donated with. So there was always an air of caution when delivering this story. And it seems like that was for good reason.
Yeah, because apparently this man, okay, here's the thing. He did go to a job interview. Just not when he said he went to the job interview. You know what I'm saying?
Not while his kids were at McDonald's.
Right. This man, apparently he went way earlier in the day. Right. Not only did he go way earlier in the day, he told the cops, well, yeah, I should be expecting a call any day now. The manager who gave him the interview said, no, you shouldn't be expecting no call.
Yeah, we did a mock interview.
Right. It's like a little quick brief. You ever tried to work at like a fast food restaurant or something, and you go in to fill out an application, and she go, "Well, I got some time right now. Here, let me talk to you real quick."
Right.
And that's what happened with this man.
He got that 7-question questionnaire asked to him. He answered the questions. They wrote down them stars and like, all right, we'll be in touch.
I wasn't supposed to be to this class already. God,
you're disappointed. See, it's not me that's doing it to you. It's the disappointment that you were caping for this man, and then all of a sudden, he lied. He was not truthful in his dealings. Now, the 10-year-old daughter did say, he leaves us alone all the time.
This ain't nothing new.
He leaves us alone a lot.
This is nothing new.
Now, I'm waiting to hear from the kid's mom. I'm waiting to hear from her and see what she has to say about this whole situation. I haven't heard anything from her yet.
Well, she confirmed the backpack story. So, like, the daughter made a comment saying that he went to go get a bag from her mom. Mm-hmm. And the mom apparently confirmed that as truth. Here's the problem, y'all. Like, again, I'm on the fence as far as age range and all that stuff and where kids are left and how far away he actually was, blah, 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 blah. Problem is that you lied. Now, apparently also, to his credit, this is not, we all jumped the gun. According to him, he never, and according to the cops, he never lied to them and said that he had just left the interview and all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. We heard interview, and it was like, how dare, rah, 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 rah. He never said that I just went to the interview. Like, so the cops said he didn't, they said that's not accurate, but also clarified, which is strange that cops would do that, but clarified that he wasn't deceptive.
Right.
So, okay, I gotta give you that one, bro. But why are you dropping your kids off at McDonald's like it's like his grandmama house? You understand what I'm saying?
And he was like, I was walking between McDonald's and some apartments. So
yeah, that's what your mouth said.
I got questions now. Now these are the things that draw me. Like, who's at the apartments? Mm-hmm. Is there another chick at the apartments? Or is there a dude at the apartments?
There's always another chick at the apartments. What are you talking about?
Is there some dope at the apartments?
I'm sure.
So now the leaving the kids part is something that I need a little more a few more answers on, because I don't to go to a job interview. I didn't like it, but I understood it.
Right.
You can't drop the kids off because the side chick don't want them at the house. Now, if you're going to buy drugs, definitely leave the kids at McDonald's. If you're going to buy dope, leave the kids at McDonald's. But at the apartments, does the apartment have like a playground? Is it safer to leave them at the McDonald's playground than the playground at the apartments?
Probably, if you're going up, yes. Almost
if they
definitely.
Sell dope at the apartments, you probably can't leave your kid.
But right.
There are probably other kids at the playground.
Them other kids is probably dangerous too. You understand what I'm saying? Them other kids is probably ain't them.
And you know what? Your kids aren't built for that kind of for that
my
kind
kids
of apartment.
My kids
those apartments. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so
my kids think they are. So my kids think they are.
Your kids can fight at the McDonald's. They can kick kids at McDonald's ass, but in the apartments, no.
There are other adults at McDonald's that ain't gonna let it go on too long. At the park, it's just the kids. You get ready to get drugged, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But you know what? I think that's a good segue. I think that's an excellent segue into what we're gonna talk about tonight, right?
Yes.
These kids these days, bro. We got a question from a friend of the show, and I'm going to try and pull it up here. The incomparable Miss Lori Livingston sent us a discussion question. That question is, why is it that so many young people struggle with internal motivation, work ethic, grit, and direction? How can we best support them? Now,
there's two parts to that.
It is. I want to read this one more time. Why is it that so many young people struggle with internal motivation, work ethic, grit, and direction? That's the first part of the question. The second part is, how can we best support them? Miss Lori? And you know when my voice go up like that, I'm probably getting ready to say something I probably ain't got no business saying.
Get all the way out of pocket.
Let me try. Let me see here. Miss Lori, the first part of your question is going to take some explanation. But the second part of the question, how can we best support them? I don't want to support these kids. I really don't. I don't even like these kids.
We have to. We have to support them.
Why?
Because we believe the children are the future.
Actually, if you'll stop that right there. a few episodes ago, we had this discussion, and we already know we have let Whitney down. You hear me? We have let her down. There's no need.
But that's the problem. Is there has to be a point that we can turn this around, because it's our fault that she feels this way.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. That's Dr. Livingston. Yeah, my apologies. Yeah, let me get it right. Put some respect on it.
Respect on that. But yeah, but it is our fault. It's our fault that they're this way. It is.
It is not. It is not.
It is. It's our generation's fault. It's our generation's fault.
Okay. There's some people in our generation. Let me explain something to you. I'm gonna tell you something. Mm-hmm. We used to say back, like, I remember people be like, "Yo, why is these? What happened to the women who would be, this and that, and what happened to the grandmamas and the mamas who used to, would be take care of the kids and cook and clean all this other stuff." And I used to tell them like this. I'm like, you remember when you was in high school, middle school maybe, and you played hide and go get it with the girls, or the girls would be running around and she was like the party favorite for the whole football team or something crazy like that. Well, guess what? She's mama now. That's why. That's what's going on. So that's why when you said it's our fault, it's not our fault. It's their fault, but it's not our fault. And I'm not saying it's the kids' fault. The kids ain't the they. The they is they parents. Like you.
That's what I'm saying. It's our. When I say our, I mean our generation.
Now I ride with you. The people in our generation.
You're right. That are in our age range.
You're right.
That are creating these new soft ass kids. And that's the thing.
And I am a culprit, brother. I am a culprit.
Why do they struggle with internal motivation? Because you give them everything and you don't make them work.
Yeah.
Because you want your kids to have everything that you didn't have. And that's where a lot of the problems go. Because every generation wants their kids to see better. But there was a generation that still made their kids do. Like our parents made us go outside and do yard work.
Ain't that the truth?
When the last time your kids did some real yard work? Because you make enough, you and your wife make enough that you can have someone come to your house twice a week to take care of your lawn, as opposed to having the kids go out there.
Hey, I feel attacked. I feel attacked. You know why I feel attacked?
Get your black girl magic.
You know why I feel attacked? I'm gonna tell you why I feel attacked. Because right before this show, I had a meeting with my yard man.
See, and I was out cutting my own grass.
You were. You were. Because our pre-show meeting, you was sweating. I was a little parched because I just came in from work.
Like you were having a discussion with your yard man.
And was complaining about walking out back to show him the backyard because it was hot. I'm not lying.
Asking him why he ain't got the mulch already down.
Right. Hey, bro. Hey. Do I need to be out here for this? I don't have to be here for this.
But it's like little things like that the kids don't have to. Like I got a friend of mine right now. Like she gets mad because her old man tries to get her kids to go outside and cut grass with him.
Right.
Like with him.
With him? Wait, this was a team sport?
With him?
Listen, my daddy, your uncle used to tell me.
At least you had a brother in your house that could go out there with you.
Now you know, Doc.
He was still gonna be out there with you. He might not have done a damn thing, but he was outside.
He was outside.
He was in that sun too.
He was out there. Listen, my daddy, I remember my daddy, we had this big backyard and my daddy wanted a garden. So, people who like gardens, they get out there and they till up the ground and they make plant and they have it all nice and neat. And my daddy did too, only he didn't do it. He told us to go out there. My daddy was on the second floor out the window talking about, hey, what are y'all complaining about? He said, gardening is relaxing. I said, for you, nigga, you ain't out here. You know what I'm saying? Now you know me. I said,
you got to think of who their mother and father were.
Right. And now, they mom and daddy, they granddaddy. You remember the house in Crescent City?
Yes. I remember the garden back there in the back.
Right. And that was he had the garden, but then he had this whole big thing of land where like he was growing corn and peas and all this other stuff. Bruh. If you, bruh, you know what I'm saying? So, it was horrible. It was horrible.
So just imagine your kids having to go there for a summer.
But look, my kids. All right, so my kids were doing well with my father-in-law. My father-in-law did yard work, like, and he would go out, and I remember doing it for a while because he had hurt his back or something like that, so he wouldn't lose his customers. I had an expedition, so I would go to work all day, then I go over to his house, back the truck up, hook up the trailer, and it'll already be loaded up, and I just pull off and I go do the houses for him so he could keep his customers while he was recovering, right? Whoo, boy, I tell you what, I'm not built for that, bro. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't, he had all the big stuff, you know, be the ride and all that stuff, but it still was like, yo, my nigga. And he had a certain standard. But my son, my youngest son, he used to love going out there with his grandpa. You go cut some yards and do that
because it's at that
with
point,
grandpa.
And it's not real work. It's just I get to go and do a little something, but it's not mandatory. I don't have to. I get to do this. I don't have to do this, and that's where a lot of the problem. Because I remember when I was young, me and Dirk would love going to work with his dad. His dad was a construction guy, so he'll give us a little money just to do nonsense all day.
Right.
And we want to be out there, so we gonna wake up first thing in the morning. Yeah, we going to work. I did absolutely nothing. And even in my older years, I did absolutely nothing because I don't hammer nails very well. I'm gonna put a hole in something. I'm afraid of heights, like deathly afraid of heights. So you can't put me on the roof to go in. I've tried it, been up there. I'm not good.
You went on the roof?
Oh man, bruh.
Yo,
they had to come and get me off of a roof.
Nigga, let me tell you something. I'm surprised that you said that because y'all see this behind me, right? This nigga was here when I put this up, and he was worried. I only had to stand on a chair. I wasn't on a ladder. I didn't have to stand on a ladder. I was on a chair, and he was like, hey, you're going to fall and break your neck. Bro, nigga, if you didn't sound like them Cobra brothers, bro, I don't know.
At 40-something,
yeah,
a slip and fall could be
that's the end. That could be the end.
Oh man. So that is where I was coming from with that. But yeah, man, I remember like back in the day, you had to do certain things. And nowadays it's not a have to.
Right.
You don't force the kids to do anything. We don't make kids do anything other than go to school. That's about the only thing we actually make them do. House chores, it's good. It's up and down. Do them or don't. But
no,
days.
So wait,
no.
Now,
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. When's the last time you woke your kid up at like 2:00 in the morning because you woke up and it was dishes in your sink?
Recently. It wasn't 2:00 in the morning. It was like, so when my wife had the accident, right, and I was at home with her, I know how she is about things being clean. You know what I'm saying? We shot a segment in my kitchen, and remember, I was like, "Oh Lord, if she see this and see this little thing in the background, I got to get this going." So she's like that, and which I appreciate because what man want to come home to a dirty, nasty place? You know what I'm saying? Like she take care of that type of stuff. So what I did was I cleaned the whole kitchen, and when I say cleaned up, I mean counters and cabinets, sweep, mop, washed out the sink. Every dish is put away in its place. Everything is sparkling. And then I took pictures from all angles. Listen, I took pictures from all angles, and then I sent it to the kids with a message that said, when I say clean the kitchen, it should look like this when you're done. And they were like, okay. And so the other day, and by the other day, it could have been a week or two ago. I'm not sure. And it wasn't 2:00 in the morning. It was more like probably like 11:30. And I was like, y'all have got to be kidding. And I hit the ceiling. Y'all have got to be kidding. And what happens is you go in the kitchen. The kitchen's not right. So you start fussing about the kitchen. So you go to their rooms. All the rooms is throw up. Y'all better get up right now. Where's your brother? Oh, he's in the bathroom. When he opened the bathroom door, the bathroom ain't right. Guess what we getting ready to do now at 11:30, 12:00 at night? Get it all together. Get it all cleaned up. They're not going to – listen, bro. it says that young people struggle with internal motivation. Right. Let's be real. What generation of kids had internal motivation for anything outside of what they wanted? You understand what I'm saying? Like when she says internal motivation, I'm thinking like, okay, well, what is that drive in you to want more and to get more? There never has been, in my opinion. There's always been, of course, there was one or two kids that wanted something, but in general, kids like, okay, you have internal motivation to get what you want. Bam is going to prom this weekend in a Tesla Cybertruck. Mm-hmm. But he went to work, busted his butt, got the money. I had to rent it, but he got a lime green Tesla Cybertruck that he's going to roll out in. Now, I'm going to drive it first.
I got to get it home. I
got to. But I salute him for going and putting the work in to get that bread up. So, but that's what he wanted. He got a girlfriend. She liked to be, and you know what I mean? He liked to give her nice stuff. Right. So he had that internal motivation. But anything outside of that, you think that nigga care? He ain't gonna be care. He don't care. See, and I don't blame him.
But that was like, for me, like, as soon as I turned 16, I wanted to go get a job. And
but you wanted stuff.
I didn't want nothing but reefer. That's all I wanted. But that's
stuff. Right.
That's still stuff.
You and me both. I'm like at 16.
At 16, I just wanted to go get it. I wanted to get a job. And it was one, but that was like everybody in my peer group.
Right.
As soon as we were able, all of us wanted to go get jobs. We had guys go to KFC, guys go to Publix, guys go to Wendy's. I went to Burger King. Like, all of us wanted to go get.
Nigga, your first job was Burger King?
Yes, sir.
My first job was Burger King.
Did you get fired from Burger King?
No. Yeah, I might have. Probably.
Not here nor there. But yeah, but that was the thing. Like, with us in our group, we wanted to go. For one, we wanted to get out of our parents' house for a moment.
Yes, sir.
Get away from them. Sir. And then we wanted to be able to have something in our pocket because our parents told us no way too often. And that's the thing that most kids don't want to go get jobs. You have to tell them you got to go get a job. It's not that you need that they want, because you give them everything. So why would I want to go work for myself? The other thing was I knew that my parents were going to provide all of the necessities,
right?
And it's that want thing that I have. Like now, like with my niece, she goes to work and she won't spend her money on jack. Like no, like, hey, normally it would be, hey, give me some money. I'm gonna go buy this. Hey, you can buy this for yourself. Not, man, I don't need it. So get that. When you realize what you don't need, like that's
you said internal. That last week, and that's true.
Yeah, that's internal. So
you know what though? Let me tell you something. When you say that, right? So my every day, just about. See, y'all, I got multiple children. Mm-hmm. I've got 3 boys and 1 little girl. And by little girl, I mean she's 16. So, but that's still my little girl, and I dare you to touch her. I'll blow your brains out. Anyway, why did that have to be so violent? Anyway, I just want to make it clear.
They know who you
are. I got 2 grown sons and 1 who's about to be grown. And by grown, I mean I got a 23-year-old, I got an 18-year-old, a 19-year-old. I've got a finna be 18-year-old, and then my 16-year-old daughter. Every one of these niggas have been in my pockets. The only one who's been in my pockets the least has been the 17-year-old, because he has a job. Mm-hmm. And he has had this job for a while. So it's like, okay, I'm proud of him. And I was like, that's great. The problem is that if you've got a job and you don't have, did you have to pay a bill at your house?
No.
You didn't have to pay a bill.
Didn't have to pay a bill.
So here's the thing. I got, like, I want to say it was like a phone bill or something like that. It was like
my line at my house.
See, I didn't have a separate line.
Yeah, I had a separate line. Yeah,
that was nice.
Yeah,
so I only had, I know I had to pay.
That shit did ring in my parents' room, and they did answer the phone for me a couple times.
Shame. But I had to, my son doesn't have to pay a bill. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have to. Only thing I told him to put some money aside for church, mm-hmm. and put some money aside for his mama. I said, I'm not going to tell you how much to give your mama, but take care of your mama. Mm-hmm. That's it. So what I think he does, I don't even know. It's none of my business, really. That's between you and your mama. Right. I don't know how much he gives. But he was telling me like it's usually like 20% of his check he'll do between the church and to his mama. All right, cool. Mm-hmm. But you ain't got no bills. You ain't got no car. Why are you broke? And I'll tell you why he's broke. He thinks I don't know. He thinks I don't know.
You gonna tell him now?
Hey. Hold on. Knock. Guess what?
He knows.
Right. He knows. I know, nigga.
He knows.
I know, nigga. But look, it's one of those things, man, where it's like, all right, cool, do what you do, but don't ask me for no money. Right. Don't come back and ask. If you do it right, I'll surprise you. But if you trying to shake me down, nigga, like that's not gonna work for me. So,
but back to this, like also, I'm not gonna just say it's the parents. I'm gonna say also, it's these sports teams that give everybody a trophy and let everybody on the team, like that internal motivation. I'm gonna tell you about another kid that I know that plays all the sports and is terrible at all of the sports.
Wow.
But they let this kid on every team. And there is the problem. Like when I would talk to this kid and was like, hey, you're not very good. You need to practice at this. And then they go and was like, no. I was like, no, but you're not going to make the team. And this was, hey, your mom's paying for you to play for the city. But when you get to middle school, they're not going to just put you on the team. You got to try out. You have to, and then you make the team. And then I tell you, but when you get to high school, it's going to be different. And I watch you suck at these sports, but they still put you on the team and allow you to play. Now, your mother won't go to these games because you're not very good, but you want to participate in everything, but you're not good. But they allow you on the team. Now, I remember coming up. I remember trying out for the basketball team. I was like, hey, I'm not very good at basketball, but I can run really fast. I can jump really high. And I put in a lot of effort, so I can do this. And I made it to the last cut. And then buddy was like, hey, you can't make a layup or dribble with your left hand. I was like, yeah, but I jumped higher than him. He was like, yeah, but that guy's like 6'3". You are 5'7". You didn't make the cut. And I was like, I can play center. No, you can't. Get out of here, son. And that was a lesson to me. He was like, okay, that's not my thing. I'm never going to be a basketball player because I'm not going to go work to be a basketball player. I don't want to do that. I was doing this because my friends were playing. Because
that's you right there. That's what I meant by that internal motivation.
Right, but
you went to do it.
But here's the other thing: when someone tells me that I'm not able to do, but I want to do this with my friends. When it came down to football practice, and the coach told me, "Hey, you don't know how to block," and he told me what it would take for me to be on that particular team. And then when I got to the track, and they told me, "You don't know how to come out of the block, so your start is always going to put you behind everyone else." And then. But they let me on those teams anyway. They let me on the football team, just threw me to the freaking wolves. They let me on the track because, okay, you're fast enough that even your bad start out of the blocks, you're better than some of these other people on this team. So it was an internal motivation for me to be better than I was that made me learn how to block people coming off the edge or to practice coming out of the blocks so that I would be that half a step faster, that half a second faster than I was before. So again, you let me on the team, but then I still had to do something else to get myself to where I needed to be better. And that's what we don't have with these kids. You let them on the team and they just figure that's enough. I made it. So what? So screw you telling me I'm not good because coach told me I was coach. Apparently I'm good enough. I'm better than the rest of these suckers because I'm on the team.
That's the problem though.
Because like you let them on instead of telling them you suck.
Right. But you know what? A part of that, I'm going back to the parents because what happened was back in the day, if your coach said you sucked and you couldn't get on the team, your daddy told you, hey, if you really want to do it, you got to go back and work harder. And you had a decision to make. You were either going to work harder or you were just not going to do that sport because he did. Nowadays, it's like the coach said, I suck. The mama or your daddy is up here at the school ready to get the coach fired because he won't let you play. Nigga.
But
your son sucks just like
coach,
you sucked in high school. How about
Coach,
that?
why are you letting me on this team? Why are you letting me on this team? That's
Because I'm scared of your parents. Because if I don't, I ain't got no job because your parents gonna come up here and lobby until they fire me or I get in trouble. So that's what happened. Like, so check this out.
But letting everybody get a trophy, I don't agree.
I think it's stupid. No. I agree with you. I agree that you're right. It shouldn't be. I'm just telling you why I think some of these coaches are doing this.
Yeah,
now,
it's not Ricky Bobby completely. It's not not first you last, but damn it.
Come on, bro. Like, listen, man.
Second is football. The first loser.
Football always was open. Everybody could be on the team. Everybody ain't get to touch the field, but everybody could be on the team. We used to call them dudes who wasn't playing. They were in guard tackles. They sit on the end of the bench, guard the water, and tackle anybody who try to get there. But that's when it came to basketball teams, that you couldn't do that. When we wrestled, look, man, you had to wrestle every week before every tournament. It was wrestle off, like heavyweight versus heavyweight, and whoever won was varsity that week.
Right.
Like, so that's how that went. Like, it was no, I'm the varsity this. Now, right. I don't know if that was the case for all schools. I know most of the schools in Seminole County, that's how it was. So it was like, well, you had to prove yourself not just at the beginning of the season, but every week. So if you slacked off during the season, that dude who was just a little bit behind you was getting ready to put you on your neck next week. You know what I'm saying? So you had to keep working. So I think I want to go back to what you said a minute ago. You had that drive. You like, I don't want it as much as it takes for me to get it. So I'm moving on to something else that I'm better at or I'm more passionate about. That is internal motivation. Like, and so just because somebody doesn't do something that you think they should do, that doesn't mean that they don't have any internal motivation. That just means they ain't doing what you want them to do.
Right. And again, that's for entertainment, but that also bleeds over into their real lives. It bleeds over into their schoolwork. It bleeds over into their willingness to stay clean. It bleeds into everything else in their life. So if you have something that I'm not good at, I don't really want to do, I was doing it because my friends were doing it. Okay, that's one thing. But when there's something that has to be done and I will push it off until the very last minute or even fail at it simply because nobody told me I had to. Nobody told me I should. But it needs to be done. It has to be done, but nobody's telling me that I should. That's where that internal motivation comes along. Like, there's no reason that a kid should be living in filth.
True.
There's no reason.
Hey, KTMC said completely against participation points, certificates, and trophies. Boo. Hiss.
Oh, see, I will boo a kid. I will boo a person.
Nothing I love more. Oh my God. Oh, I want to see the kid. I want this right here. Y'all thought this was Black Girl Magic. No. This is the tears of terrible children.
But I'm telling you though, I'm like, when this kid I'm talking about played every sport, every single sport.
Say his name. Say it. I dare you.
Not gonna do it. But they have been terrible, and they have been told they were terrible, even by their parent, and they still just as delusional as they can be that they are okay because the team has given them the. And that's one of those things where when they actually do fail,
right,
it kind of breaks them. When somebody tells them no, like, what do you mean I'm not good enough?
And you know what? I'm so glad that you just said that, because that's what I was trying to get to. The fact that the earlier you break a kid's heart, the easier it is for them to recover. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you're 3 and you break your arm, you'll be fine.
Yes.
If you're 13 and you break your arm, you'll be fine. It's just going to take a little bit longer. You're 23 and you break your arm, it's going to hurt and you're going to feel every little bit of it. If you're 83 and you're going to break your arm, it's going to stay broke.
Yeah,
all right.
Not be breaking stuff.
So the sooner that you can break a kid, the better. That sounds bad, but hear me out.
It's the truth.
The sooner you break their heart and let them know you suck right now. You give them that chance.
Their spirit. Break their heart, not their spirit.
Right. But with these soft behind kids these days, it's really difficult to tell when I say something if it's going to break their heart or break their spirit. Yeah. Because they've had no buildup at home. When I was at the crib, it wasn't no I can cry about it. If you don't get out my face with that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, what are you crying about? Like, why are you what? So it's that type of atmosphere where it wasn't without love. It was just with no room for the punks. Yeah, like
right.
come on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
it should be a motivating factor and not
right.
and not a deterrent. And that's where you get a lot of this also is kids that are beat down so much. Because again, I can tell you suck, but I can tell you how to fix it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you suck, but you need to practice this. You need to practice this. Now it's that internal motivation of what you choose to do. Now, if I can tell you suck and don't tell you how to fix it, and I'm just like, yeah, there's no hope for you in that. That's something different. Like unless you got
those are two different things.
Unless you got anger in me.
You just said two different things. You said no. I know. I mean, in the second thing that you were trying to say, you said two different things. You said, if I just tell you you suck, and then you said, if I just tell you there's no hope for you. No. If I just tell you suck, you just suck right now. If I tell you there's no hope for you, that should be a drive. That's worse to me than you suck.
In concert. No, it's you suck and I can fix it, or you suck and there's no hope.
Okay, got it. Understood. Yeah. I agree. Yep. All right, cool.
And
cool.
For the most part, a lot of kids take you suck and I can help you. They don't hear the I can help you part. They just feel there's no hope and they just give up. And
I guess that's the internal motivation that she's talking about.
Right. And that's because they haven't had to struggle. They haven't had to go out there and try to fix a lawnmower that broke. And Pop's like, hey, this yard got to be fixed. This yard got to be cut before dark. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, and he's telling you it's got to be fixed before dark. And he's not coming out there to help you fix the lawnmower.
You ain't lying.
That's the difference right there. I've got to figure this out because I'm not going to hear the end of it if I don't fix this lawnmower. It was working when you got it. It better be working when you get done. And it's got to be
that,
done.
Sir.
So these are the things. Instead of, oh, it's okay. Well, come on in. We'll work on getting that fixed. No, there's got to be some accountability in other parts of your life that will bleed over into everyday life. And that's where I think that's where I think the kids are losing it. Is we give them so much leeway in the extracurriculars, as Dennis says over here.
No, man. No. Yeah. We're not going to listen. I'm going to put that right back up here. I want. Hold on. Hey, Dennis, man. I mean, yes, it does, but what does that have to do with what we're talking about? Dennis said, extracurricular activities look good on your college applications. And you know what else? I like kibbles and bits for my dog better than what is that? Where did that come from? Like, why? Hey, Dennis, man.
But no,
I love you, Dennis. You my dog. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It may look good, but again, if you suck at it, you were just out there. You were just out there.
I can't
stop. I see you. Dennis has broken the episode. You know what?
It's just a comment that came out of nowhere.
Exactly.
I'm like, for what? Exactly. All right, sorry. Go ahead. All right.
But yeah, okay. So we're just going to move on to how can we best support these kids? You said fuck them kids.
I did. But before you, don't go there yet. Don't go there yet. The work ethic part.
Yeah.
I think that's important to say because she mentioned internal motivation, and we talked about that. Mm-hmm. And then I think the grit comes along with that, and the lack of that grit and direction. But work ethic, now that's something different to me. Work ethic means like you take pride in whatever it is that you chose to do. Mm-hmm. If you're going to do it, to me, I've had jobs that I didn't like, but I'm not going to purposely suck at the job. I'm going to try and do my best because my work ethic says whatever you do, if your name's going to be on it, make sure it's worth putting out there. You understand what I'm saying? So I think now that's a serious problem to me. Like a lack of a work ethic when you're willing to just let stuff be mediocre, when you know that you have the ability. I'm not talking about you without the ability. You know you have the ability to be great and you just decide on mediocrity. Now, I'm saying that out loud now at 43.
Right.
At 14, I probably was satisfied with mediocrity and in some things, because I'll give you an example, right? As a musician, I never learned how to play my scales.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I was good with? I was good with tone quality, and I had a good ear.
Mm-hmm.
So when we have scale tests in
You
school,
could always
instead of
nail it.
ba da 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 da, mine was ba da ba boo ba da ba da 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 da, because I knew I would be
It's in
within a
there.
half
Right.
step
It's in there.
somewhere. So everybody thought I was showing off,
Right.
like that
And
I'm
I'm
playing.
playing the game.
Nope, I am just trying to get to these notes until I hear it. So, and I used to tell my kids, I'm like, listen, if you got a B in band when you could get an A, but you got a C in math when you were at a D, I'm more proud of that C than I am that B,
Mm-hmm.
because I know that you really put the work and the time in
Right.
to pull that grade up and did your very, very best and put in extra effort to get that C, when I know you were slacking and ended up with a B. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So that's that.
Yeah. And it's just when it comes to school, like when it's hard and like I've done everything I can do. Like that was
Mm-hmm.
one thing I've never did during school. I always knew I'll get out of this. So it's okay. I know.
Oh
Hey,
yeah, yeah.
if like 50% of my grade is going to be this final test, I'm good. I can get
It's
a
not.
20.
You're right,
I'll
because
get the 20.
as long as I'm sitting on 20%,
I'll get the
at the
20.
end of,
Yeah.
I can get that 50. That's easy.
Yeah. So homework's 10%. Never mind. We're not doing any of that. You're never
Don't
gonna
need
see
it.
any of that. Oh,
Don't need it.
pop quizzes are gonna be 10, 15%. Got those. Because I'm gonna get enough here.
I was a great test taker.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I used to love, because I don't get nervous with tests. Either I know it or I don't. Like, I'm at that realization. Either I know it or I don't. Hey, did you study last night? For what?
Right.
For what? If I didn't get it Tuesday when she taught it, I'm not going to get it on my own at home. Like, what makes you think she went to school to teach me this, but you won't think I'm going to go home and learn it by myself? Nope. Couldn't do it.
So yeah, but as far as work ethic, it's
Mm-hmm.
that just always told every person I've ever worked for, tell me what you expect and expect it to be done. That's all.
Right.
That's the ethic that's the work ethic I have in me is you're never going to come to me and ask me why it's not done. Why haven't you finished this? Why isn't this done? No, no, no. It's all about you. If it's in my power and it can be done, just tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't come stand over my shoulder asking me anything. Don't micromanage me. You tell me what you expect and you walk away. And when it's time, you come back to me and expect it to be done. Don't question the day before. Hey, you think you'll be ready? Bro, this is you want it now, because that's the work ethic I have in me. That's count count on me to get it done and leave me the hell alone with it.
And
That's the
I can
work ethic
salute
I
that.
have for me.
I'm a little bit different. I can salute that way of thinking though. But I'm a little bit different, because I'm the type of dude, like, it'll get done, and it's gonna be done probably better than what you were expecting.
Mm-hmm.
And I am the king of procrastinators.
Mm-hmm.
However, whatever it takes to get it done in the end is going to be done, and it's not going to look or appear rushed, because I put the effort. Look, if I did it a week ago, the same effort is going into it. Like, it's
Right.
not like I've got, because I had 7 days, it's going to be 7 days worth of effort. No, it's going to be
No,
the same amount.
no.
Like, I got stuff to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, I think KTMC has a good point here. It says, what about the flip side? Parents are lazy and entitled. How does a kid come out from under that with no Cosby Show to raise them, but
Amen.
social media instead?
Amen. Because
All
mama
right.
want to be on Real
Wow.
Housewives of somebody or on the what's the Love and something with hip hop. Yeah, Love and Hip Hop. Mama want to be on TV. She want to be
Yeah.
a ratchet. She wants
Yeah.
to be and kids see what their parents. Yeah, because that's completely it. Parents are lazy. Kids see lazy parents. Kids grow up to be lazy kids.
That's true. That is
Parents with
for
no
sure.
drive, and so it's our parents' fault for raising us to be lazy.
Well, here's the thing. She said, how do the kids come out from under that? There have always been lazy, no good, terrible parents. Always have been. And you know what? I don't always blame parents. Like, I know for a fact that I've made mistakes as a parent. Nothing on purpose or abusive or nothing like that. But I mean, you just a misstep, like, oh, I could have done something different on that one.
Right.
And I used to tell kids, I'm like, listen, they get into behavioral hospital, be complaining. I'd be like, look, man, and I think I might have told y'all this before, but I'm gonna say it again. If I go buy a lawnmower today, they give me a book this thick, and it's in English, Spanish, and Portuguese. It tells me everything I need to know about that lawnmower. It tells me if it makes this sound, it messes up, do this. If it does this, do that. If you need it to go faster, you need to go slower. If you need to be cut the grass this high or that high, do this, do that. Gives you all the instructions you ever need. That you have a kid, they hand you a whole human being.
And say, go on about your business.
And they say, congratulations, good luck.
Keep it
alive. And all you are left with is what your parents did that you liked, that you want to emulate, and the things that they did that you didn't like, that you want to stay away from, and the constant threat of the state coming and putting you in jail if you do something wrong. That's all you get. So, of course, with those odds, you're going to make some mistakes. But
I will say, you guys with kids that have made them, that have got them over the age of 12, I'm like, congratulations to y'all. Y'all did it.
Oh,
once they're 12, I'm like, they're grown now. They're on their own. They can do.
They are.
They can go live in the woods by themselves at this age. I always thought I could. So hey, those kids can go live in the woods on their own.
And you couldn't. You know what's scary right now? What the best feeling right now is? The best feeling right now is me leaving my house for the weekend and not worrying. Cause I'm like, they all grown, about grown. Like I'm gone. They play when they get 18, they don't leave. I don't need them to leave. I just need to be able to leave without going to prison. That's it. They can have the house. But anyway, man, listen, man. Like you said, how can we best support them? Go ahead. You can answer that because I already told you. My support for these kids is go seek a professional, because with the way things go right now, parents is all crazy. Like, as soon as you say something to their kid, they lose their mind. And I don't feel like slapping nobody mama in the mouth. How about that? So you go ahead and tell them how to help them.
Allow them to sink.
I like
it's a sink or swim world. Allow them to sink, because as soon as you remove your life vest from them and they are full-grown adults, they're gonna drown. So allow them to sink. You don't let them drown just yet. But let them get them.
Let them think they're about to drown.
Yeah. Let them struggle a little bit, and then listen here, buddy. You almost died. They almost got you. But you know what? Next time, if you go ahead and kick those legs a little bit, you won't go under as quickly. But you gotta leave them out there in the water. Kind of like when they teach them how to swim, just throw them out there. Survival of the fittest. Hey, what happens?
That's not the same thing.
It's the same
Survival of the fittest and sink or swim. Like that's
hey, if you ain't fit enough to kick them legs and get yourself out that water, you will die.
You'll die. Oh yeah, that's true.
You're not fit.
I'd rather you die than have killed me. Shoot. So
that's
I'm with you. I'm with you.
So that's me for how do we help them, or how do we support them by letting them know we're here, but they don't get to see us be there.
They need to come to. I think at this point it needs to be, let them know, like you said, let them know we are here and we've been through some stuff. Stop trying to act like we ain't never done nothing wrong or never, and then stop trying to overdo what you actually did. Like, so kids are saying this and that. They be like, oh yeah, well, oh, you don't know. And then you got some L7 nigga talking about he was cooking dope in the kitchen. Bro, you ain't never cooked a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you 50 years old and the hardest thing you ever did was you know what I'm saying? And like, so like, you know how that real recognize real recognize real. I don't ever tell people I did this, I did that. I'm very specific. I only did this much of stuff. Right. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of this little stuff, but I was never a kingpin. I ain't moved bricks and yards.
I talked to you about the shit I did in front of you. I talked to them other niggas about the shit I did in front of them. Them other niggas, you don't get to hear my stories. You don't get to hear my life. If you weren't there, it never happened. It never happened. Shit. As far as the world knows, like, there are people who know me.
Yeah. And that's what it is.
Right. So that's why, like, when I'm on here and I talk to you about stuff, this stuff that you've seen me do. So I'm like, hey,
true.
I could talk about this in public eye.
That's funny, because I'm like, yeah, well, when people's like, oh, you're so violent, are you really? You seem like such a nice guy. Hey man, go ask Tommy, man. Like, Tommy
exactly. Like, hold on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I be telling people like, look, I don't want to fight. I would much. I talk for jokes on here. Let's be real, y'all. If I see you in the street and you run your mouth to me, you probably get away with it as long as I'm by myself. If it's just me or just me and like one friend or something like that, you might get away with just because
depending
it's like
on who the friend is. Depending on who the friend
is. Depending on the friend.
Got,
if Doc is with me, y'all ain't got no chance. But if it's me and like, but because I'd much rather let that pass and go on about my day. And you can think what you want about me at that point. It doesn't matter. Now, if one of my kids is with me, if my wife is with me, if another friend who I feel is more vulnerable, then you'll get that rah-rah. But for the most part, y'all, I'm a peace-loving gentleman. Listen, man.
I can offer to buy you a drink, but I'm gonna buy me one. That's what it's gonna be. Man, let me go get me a drink, folks.
Listen, cuz. I told you at the beginning of this that we should not say, "Oh, it's gonna be like a little short, quick, easy win." We was aiming at 40 minutes. We're at an hour now. Okay, so I do want to. I want to ask you one question before we go.
Okay.
There's a rumor out there. DJ Vlad said something about he had inside sources that. Oh wait, no, he was talking about Diddy. But what do you think about R. Kelly potentially being let out early?
For what?
I'm just asking you, would you be upset? Would you be against it? I think R. Kelly should get paroled like tomorrow. Or at least he thinks.
What?
Look here. Look.
Hold on.
Kelsey, what?
I can go over there.
I'm sorry. Your Honor, wait. You said no bond? No, I gotta go. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go over there. That man said, hold on, wait, Your Honor. But I was wondering if I could. He said, huh? Wait. Oh, this? I gotta put that. You know what? You right. I'm tripping. Let me put that out right over there.
But hold on. You're saying he's served enough time? Send him home?
No. I was actually saying that to see if you were going to kick back. And this is the bigger story to me. This is a big story to me because DJ Vlad was talking about Puffy, who possibly getting bail, could get a bond. R. Kelly is in jail, and people are starting to rumble that he should be let out early. His sentence should be commuted. They've been talking about the Menendez brothers potentially getting either a new trial and being let out in light of that, or either having their case overturned altogether. Like, so this is ridiculous. Hold on, this is what's going on over here, y'all. Like, this is what I'm looking at. Like, protect the kids. She said the Piper on the loose. I don't know why I read it like that, but I'm pretty sure that's the way she said it.
Exactly
the Piper on the loose. I don't know about that.
No,
so
okay.
I'm not advocating for his release. I said that as a joke, but what I am saying is,
all right. So here's the thing: Diddy needs to get a bond. He should be able to go out and participate in his defense. He has not been convicted of anything, so he should be able to be out here helping his lawyers find a way to prove his innocence if he is indeed innocent. That's where I stand on that. Robert has been convicted and has been sentenced to 30
in this justice system.
And convicted and sentenced to 30. We knew what you was up to long time, long before I was married, long time. Long time. We knew what you was up to. It caught up to you. Sit in there and do your time, sing your songs, and hopefully they'll sing your residuals.
He needs to keep going. I like what you did there.
Menendez boys. Now, new information has come out in regards to that case.
Nope. No new information. This is the problem with that case. This is the problem. They will repackage the same old evidence as new information.
Well, okay.
Ridiculous.
Okay. Not new information, but the way that we receive certain information has been readjusted.
True.
The fact that these young men were able to provide evidence of assault by their parent, and their other parent knew about it, and it can. Back then, it was just take that. Back then, it was Diddy world, and now we are in a Me Too movement time where everybody don't got to just take it. Sometimes you can fight back. So those guys receiving a possible because what's it been with them, like 30 years with them inside? They're not
At
gonna
least.
I don't think they're gonna come out. I don't think they're gonna kill nobody else. I don't think they're killing nothing else. I don't think there's no more parents for them to kill, and I don't think there's anybody else that's gonna try to molest them boys.
I don't think that's the point. The reason I bring them up in connection with these other two is because let's put the actual crimes aside and let's look at the people.
You gotta have the crime. You gotta have the crimes involved.
Well, if that's the case, then you're saying that Diddy being mean and R. Kelly diddling children is equal to or is worse than killing your parents.
Killing a nigga that molested you, yeah.
If they were molested.
That's been pretty much proven.
Nope.
That's been pretty much proven.
It's been proven that they killed with malice to the same degree as it was proven that Diddy has been diddling people, that R. Kelly has been R-ing other little girls.
Someone that they reached out to and gave their what is it called? Their victim statements to before the murders. This is somebody who's been out there that's, hey, yeah, they did tell me that man was doing this, that to him, and they was a little afraid of this man. So get the fuck out of here, Johnson & Johnson. See, this is why we can't have serious conversations right here.
Listen, bro. Listen, that was hilarious to me. Said baby oil stock will rise. Buy Johnson & Johnson stock and wait. You know what?
Diddy comes home. No, because he will not buy. He won't have no more baby oil nowhere near him.
Diddy will be as ashy as everything. If he's smart, he will not be oily. Ashy Larry.
Like, come on, ain't no baby.
Man, I was supposed to be taking the garbage out. That nigga gonna be ashy. That nigga gonna be done.
Straight up, yeah. That's not happening.
But you know what? You know what though, bro? Like real talk. I think what we need to do. What do y'all think, man? I think we should do a whole episode and we should talk about these dudes and figure out on who do you think, based on what we know evidence-wise, who should be able to come out and who should be on the streets with a bond or a pending trial or even be, in our opinion, innocent versus who should be locked up and throw away the key. You understand what I'm saying?
Goat Kelly ain't coming home. I'll tell you that one right now. Goat Kelly ain't coming home. That
you don't think so?
No, he's done for. Now, Diddy, you should get a bond. But you might be going back quick, fast, and hurry.
Yeah. Like, it don't look good for Diddy, man. So I don't know what's going to happen, man. But, yo, again, y'all, thank y'all so much. We appreciate y'all. We really, really do, man. And everybody who's been rocking with us for this for this episode, even though it was supposed to be a quick, easy, little light episode, we wasn't supposed to have real problems. But no, not this dude right here. Make sure that you remember to follow us, man, on all of your social media platforms. And you can hear us on all of your audio podcast platforms, wherever you get your audio podcast, man. We appreciate y'all listening. We appreciate y'all following us. Hey, yo, cousin.
What up, cousin?
Hey, man, we ain't been canceled yet, bro, so we got to do this again.
See you on next Wednesday, my nigga.
Yeah, you know what it is, man. Yo, appreciate y'all, man. Rock with us. Peace.
Love y'all.
Yeah. Uh-huh.